rolling. Wait. All right. Welcome to another episode of Kundaiz Konnection. I'm your host, Kundaiz Konnection. I'm here sitting with my dog, Jabril.
Yes, sir.
And today we have a special guest, Tobe Thrift Lorde. You may know him. What do you go by, G?
Go by Tobar. My personal IG, Daddy Tobes, you know what I mean? Thrift Lords, you know, so.
Daddy Toes?
Yeah, Daddy Tobes. No
Toes,
kids,
Toes, yes sir.
We're glad you're
Just like
here.
make it
We're glad you're
clear.
here.
Real clear out here.
We should talk about. I want to jump straight to it, but I also want to go back to like your origin as well. But like,
Okay.
Thrift Lords is in your name,
Yeah.
so you take it serious. Like,
Yeah.
it's like is this just you or is it more?
Yeah,
specific?
so then it's me and my homeboy Brown. So he works tonight, so that's why
Okay.
he can't come. But
Understandable.
yeah, so then it was late 2015. So me and him, we would buy clothes on so then we would buy clothes from the thrift. So then when we would buy clothes from the thrift, we would go sell it on
Different platforms.
on eBay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then so then with eBay, they like take out like I think at the time it was like a 10% fee or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10,
and-
15 or something like that, yeah.
And like you know, me and him was mad broke. So then like you know,
You buying but making nothing.
so so then like you know, we would make
Okay.
ourselves, but then like you know, they would take the fee
Yeah.
on like the last day
Right.
of like the month and shit. So then like one time my fee was like $45 or like $50, and like you know, I was like, yo,
I need my money.
yeah, and I was like, yo, I don't got this.
Yeah.
So then like basically after like a week, eBay was like, yo, if you don't pay this, we're gonna say you can't sell shit like
Wow.
like on the joint. So then like you know, after that we had one of our friends. He came to Brown's house and he bought probably like $100 worth of clothes.
Yeah.
And then you know, this was like back then. So then like you know, we was like, yo, bro, we just made $100 from shit that's been in our room for like the past like year.
Dang.
So then like you know.
And that like was the turnover rate?
No. So then like you know, this was just
Like just as a hobby type.
yeah. So then like you know, when he came to our house, he bought like the clothes and he was like, yo, bro, we just made some money. Like this is lit. Woo, woo. And then
He was like, this is better than just selling
yeah,
drugs out here. Like,
facts. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I feel that.
So it's like so then after that, the guy was like, yo, bro, like y'all have like endless clothes, like you know, y'all like you know like yeah no. So then what did he say? He was like y'all like thrift guards or like you know thrift kings, boom boom. And then at that time, Ferg, he just dropped
I know you're talking about the project, the Yoga cover, I think.
Yeah.
Trap Lord. He just dropped Trap Lord. So then me and Brown was like, yo, fuck thrift kings, thrift gods, yo, thrift lords.
Right.
So then and then
Do you really think like you are the thrift lord or?
I mean, so then at that time, it was only really round two and maybe a couple stores that was you know that
Like
was
you
trying
had
to sell
round
some
two,
clothes.
joint custody, and you had like maybe miscellaneous.
Yeah. So then like you know, this was like in 2015ish.
Right.
So then like so then you know, then we was like, yo, like let's basically sell clothes on IG, but kind of have at that time what's that site? Tumblr. Yeah. So then like you know, we was like, yo, let's sell our clothes on Instagram, but let's have like that Tumblr, like that cool like feel
to it.
feel
like
and
the
like vibe.
aesthetic of it.
Because then you know, at that time when we would thrift, we would probably spend like $20 at like you know the shop. So then like, you know,
What's your go-to thrift stores? Shops that you go to?
I go to
Or at that time.
Nah, they're still around.
Are you still using? Are you still at the same shop? Still going to the same shops?
Yeah, I mean, for like, you know, people ask us like, yo, like, is there this spot and that spot?
Right.
For like the main part, I just try to hit every thrift within
Right.
like a 5-10 mile
Radius from where you're at.
Yeah, so then that's mainly the Salvation, the Goodwill. Then sometimes I go out to Woodbridge.
Where?
Yeah.
Because
So,
you guys are based out in Molasses, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Virginia.
I don't know, I thought y'all
That's a
was
little
based
ways
out
from
in
here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I thought DC for some reason. I don't know
Nah.
why. I always
Might as
thought
well
DC.
be. It's like what, maybe 30 minutes from DC?
yeah, about like 35
Mhm.
or 40.
On a good day.
Yeah. So then like, you know, basically when we had the page, we would only post like 4 or 5 things a day.
Word.
But then me and Brown was like, yo, what's a way to keep people on the page even
Right.
if they're not buying clothes? So
Right.
then like, you know, back in the day we would post like stuff like we would post stuff like track of the day.
Word.
And just like, you know,
Like other things.
Yeah.
That's smart. Dang.
Yeah, so then we would like post like, yo, this is the track of the day, and I like this track because of such and such, and
Right.
then like, you know, people would be like, oh yeah, I like this track, or I don't like it, da da da.
Right.
But then like me and Brown knew it's like, yo, as long as people is on the page,
Right.
they're gonna go look at that track of the
As long as y'all
day.
got
But
that
then
traction.
like, you know, they're gonna look through like the, you know what I'm saying?
So all your followers are pretty much organic then?
yeah, man.
You guys got like 10,000 followers or something like that?
31.3.
Oh,
you know?
snap, my mistake. My fault. Shout out to y'all.
But yeah, so like, you know, wait, I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about followers.
Oh, yeah.
Gaining those and also talking about.
Yeah. So then like, you know, people was like, yo, like, did you buy your like followers this and that?
Yeah.
And but then it was just,
Really customers? Too?
yeah, huh?
Were they majority customers, or was it just like really like fans, like just people like attracted to the work?
I think both.
Right.
Because like, you know, now if you go to our page, it's mainly clothes.
Right.
But back in the day, if you go way back, we probably post like five or 6 things
Okay.
that was clothes. But then, you know, we post like the track of the day, and then
Right,
like
okay.
after that, we posted some like cool,
Just keeping people interested, that's all.
just like shit that like was like, yo, like this is
Yeah,
dope,
that
like to post. But then for probably about like a year or so,
Mm-hmm.
like so then like, you know, we would post, and then like at night
Right.
we would just go to like, you know, like someone's page, and then like, you know, we'd be like, yo man, we got some like dope shit. It'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to peep like the page and this and that?
Right.
And then, you know, it was like, you know, they would look and they would like it, or they would look and not like it. So then like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
we
all
was
up to them.
Yeah, so like we was just doing that
Right.
for about like a
Was
year and a
that
half.
process nerve-wracking for you? Because like what was your mindset on like doing that?
What's my mindset? It was just like,
There's gotta be a stressful job sometimes.
so like back then,
Cause like back then, like Instagram was kind of fairly new in some form. Cause like Instagram came out like 2000,
like 11, I think.
2011,
right? So like 2015 is relatively young for a platform to start beginning. And then you were DMing people.
So
you know.
Yeah, so I mean, for real, like me and Brown was like, yo, like this, like you know, was like, yo, like this shit could pop. So then it was like when like we would like, you know, say like, yo, like
Yeah.
check us out, this and that.
Right.
It was more of like, hey man, the worst they can say
Is no.
is no, but
Right.
then at the same time, we just felt, at least then,
Right.
we had like a certain vibe that, you know, most like folks like,
That's dope.
so yeah. So
What have you learned through this process? Like you being 3 years in now, and like trying to expand and stuff.
Let me see what I've learned. Okay, so I would say the biggest thing is all right, like, you know, we would find a way to make, you know, things work, but then at the same time, let's say we would try this one way for about like 3 months.
Okay.
But then it's like, all right, if like,
It
you
didn't
know,
work.
if things start to like slow down,
Right.
we're like, you know, kind of like, all right, what's the next step? And how like do we like change this and tweak this? Because like, you know, I feel with most people, it's kind of like, you know, they would find like this way that would work. And then it was like, you know, they would go on and on with it. But then when things slow down,
Right.
they still try to stay on that same path.
Yeah.
So then I think one of the main things is like, yo, when things work, it works. But when things start to slow down, don't
be discouraged.
yeah, like, you know, but then it's more of like, you know, it's kind of like, you know,
Makes sense.
most like folks, it's like, oh man, it's like, you know, most folks, it's like, man, like, you know, people, they're not trying to support this and this and that. But then it was like when things would slow down, we're like, all right,
It's time to figure it out.
yeah.
Right.
Like it's time to like change it up,
Right.
and then, you know, really put that vibe out there that makes people want to come.
Come back.
You know what I'm saying? So then.
So the ability to innovate
Yes.
is definitely a skill that
Yeah.
you needed to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's dope as heck. Yeah, cause like, so from a personal or my aspect of things, I do the same thing. I sell clothes, but I do it in a way it's like I form outfits.
Okay.
So from a marketing standpoint, like, what are some key ways or tools that you use in order to promote your business besides DMing people and
So.
as of now,
Okay,
like
so-
the 3rd year that you're in doing it now.
So as of now, how do we promote? I mean, so now we're like kind of at a point of it's kind of like we have got to a certain like place of like, you know, when people would buy,
Right.
they're gonna go ahead and tell
Right.
their friends and this
Oh,
and that.
word.
And then
Tell a friend.
and then a big thing we did that really helped us was when, you know, people would like, you know, buy,
Right.
they would like, you know, post like them like us
Oh,
us
word.
like
In the material.
Yeah,
That
but-
they purchase from you.
yeah, but then I think is I like, you know, kind of think it's like the folks that would come to us was kind of like that cool crowd and a hip
Oh,
crowd.
okay. So it was
then,
able to spread real fast.
yeah. So then it's like, you know, when they would post us, they would do some like fly, just some really just
Okay.
dope
Add their own
shit.
flavor to it,
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit. Okay.
And then like, you know, and then like, you know, we would post it on our page, and then it kind of was like, you know, when people would buy stuff, it was kind of got to a point of like, yo, like, you know, who was going to like put together like the
The material, like
Yeah,
everything
oh.
together.
yeah, like, you know, in a certain way that just makes it look cool, you know what I mean?
Oh, who's gonna put it like the vision board? Like
Yeah.
who's gonna make it look? Who's gonna present it?
Yeah. So then like, you know, for a while, a bunch of people would like, you know, buy it, but then when they would like buy it, they would like, you know, just do some cool shit when they get the clothes and then tag us and
Tell
then
a friend.
yeah, and then
So
like
spread on from there.
yeah, so
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Talk about yourself as like an individual. Like how were you as a youngin up until like up and now? Like how do you carry yourself? How would you say you carry yourself?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I carry myself as a person that's like, I just like to do what I like to do, but then at the same time, so then with me, at the same time, I'm more of like, you know, yeah. Like I like to feel like a good vibe. I like to
Okay.
be confident, this and that. But then with me, it's like, all right, as long as
The important stuff's taken care of.
yeah, and then it's like, for me, it's like, you know, as long as like, you know, it's like, you know, I don't try to put like, you know, folks down. It's like, yo, I'm gonna feel how I feel about me.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, so it's like, just for me, I just like to move a certain way, but then at the same time, as long as, you know, I don't have like that vibe of like, yo, yo, like, you know, like, yo, like, you know, I'm like, you know,
egotistic or whatever.
this and that and
I got
that.
you. You still carry yourself in the right. You have the right demeanor, just to say. That's
Yeah.
it. Like you still carry yourself respectfully, and you want respect, and you give respect off too.
Where you from?
So I was born in London.
Where?
Both my parents
Chip cheerio. Say that.
so I was born in London. Both my parents are Nigerian, and I feel like with that kind of just had like a big like, you know, view on just how like, you know, I like kind of just view like life, because it's kind of with most like West African parents is either you a doctor, accountant, nurse, or failure. You know what I mean?
You gotta go to school.
Yeah.
So when they heard you when they heard you say, I'm going to sell clothes for a living.
So, I mean, all right, so with me, I kind of like finessed it like a little bit.
Yeah.
So then like.
Did you go to college and stuff?
Yeah. Okay, so then like, I was going to school for, what the fuck was it? For.
That's how it be. That's how it really be.
I was going to school for physical therapy, and I was trying to go, and then I was trying to join like this joint, but then you need like a 3.4,
Right.
and I didn't have a 3.4,
Right.
and I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, for
STEM classes be going.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't even.
yeah, man, and then like for it was going on like a year and a half. I'm like, yo, this shit is not working out. So then after that, I got my cert as a personal trainer.
Word.
Yeah. So then, like, you know, I was like, hey, Mom, I'm personal training now. So, like, even though it's not doing this and that,
Right.
like, I'm still doing, like, something. Like, you know,
right.
she was like, all right, cool.
Right.
But then, at the same time, you know, like, you know, I would still, like, push, like, you know, the shop on, like, the page. But
Right.
then, like, you know, to her, it was just, like, it's kind of like, yo, like, why are you on Instagram all the
Right.
time? And then, like, you know, with me, I'll just be like, Mom, like, look, one day it's gonna be something soon.
Right.
And then when we finally got to a point, the summer of 2017, when we got, you know, the like store. So then we had a, so then like, you know, the shop, we opened it up July, I think. So then I think like that day, we probably like 400 people, 500 people like come by.
Right.
And my mom like was there too. So
Wow.
then like, you know, hey,
it up.
yeah. So like, you know, I'm like, hey Mom,
got
I
it.
told you, like I wasn't just wasting like my time.
Right.
So then like, you know, since then she's like chilled out and it's
Right.
like, hey, all right,
She's
I guess.
supportive now?
Yeah, and so like now, yes, but it was probably up. It was until like this year,
Right.
when, you know, she was like, all right, this guy's not gonna change his mind like
Right.
with this shit, so
Right.
just whatever.
Might as well just rock with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And-
Has it been profitable?
Oh yeah, so then, okay, so when people say that, I
Right.
feel like from day one it was just you know, because of the fact is like, if I spend $20
Right.
and then I make $90, that's profit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
but I don't think what people understand when you're selling clothes is like, it's not just the selling clothes. It's like you gotta buy the clothes, and then you
Ship
gotta
off.
take the pictures of the clothes, and then
So-
make sure the quality's right, and then clean them a little bit, and then ship it. And like, there's so many other costs that go into play.
Yeah.
Into just like not just selling
the
clothes, you
yeah.
know. And I feel like it's the misconception of it.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say around 2018, late 2017, that was when it was like, oh shit, I can actually make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, there is days I'll make like 700 in a day or 500.
Right.
But then like, you know, there's days where I would barely make like 50 or 80s. But then like, you know, with me, I was like, all right, if I can have a pop-up shop and make a stack,
Right.
like it's not like, oh shit, that's a crazy amount. But then to me, I'm like, yo, no one can tell me I need to do something else because I have a steel 211 and I'm turning up and I just made a stack. You know what I mean? So then it's like, you know, my like thing was, all right, how can I get to that point where it can happen 3 to 4 times a week, where I can make that 500 in one day or 400 in one day, but just, you know what I'm saying? So then, cause it's like, you know, I feel like, you know, one of the things is like, you know, people see it as, all right, if like, you know, I don't make $1,000 every day, or if I don't make $500 every day or 400, it's like, oh man, this is a waste of time.
Right.
But then with me, I was like, all right, every day I don't make $700 or $500.
Right.
But then it's more of, well, like, you know, there was days when I made that.
Right.
So how can I find a way to
keep that consistent?
So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, yeah, so
What has been your secret in that?
I don't know. I mean,
You just got the juice, huh?
I mean, like, people just buy shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Religious or
Huh?
You religious or?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like
To an extent.
Yeah, like, you know, I like you know, go like to church, but I'm not gonna say I'm like super religious and you know.
Church.
I mean, thrift lords, that's definitely some connotation behind it.
So yeah, so then it's funny when like at first, when we thought of the name, we was like, yo, let's put Lords as Lordes, just in case, you know, for people that was like, oh no, like you got God's like name in vain. So like, you know,
That's smart. I like that.
our whole like thing was like, all right, if people ask, let's just say like it has to do with like, you know, like because like way back, like you know, the Lords was like kind of like not the king of the town, but they owned a lot of shit in the town, and there was basically like the big boss. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you
So
mean.
then, like, you know, with us, it's like, yo, if people really want to know what's like thrift lords, is kind of how we like feel like, yo, like, you know, we're like, you know, the king of this shit, but not like really, you know what I mean? So
like y'all got a lot of stuff for people to get. Basically.
Yeah.
I feel it.
That's all right.
That's beautiful.
Well, we appreciate you for sliding through. You know, we won't hold you up too much.
For sure.
Got to know you as a person. Got to know the origin of Thrift Lords.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Man, you're a dope individual. I definitely like those glasses.
Yeah, just as hard.
Y'all leave those with me or something. But
Those for sale?
No.
where's the store located?
So we are in Manassas, Virginia, 7551 Centerville Road.
You're gonna see that shit right there.
Yeah,
Word.
Manassas, Virginia, shop Thrift Lords.
Yes, sir.
But
Yeah.
that's it. Thrift Lords, Tobe, right? That's what you go by? Tobe?
Tobar.
Tobar.
Yeah.
Tobar. I'm Kundaiz Konnection.
Yeah.
Brill.
Yes, sir.
That's another episode. Y'all have a good evening. We out of this thing.
Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate it, bro. Already. Yeah, I like that. That was good.
Thanks, man.